Director Debra Granik's previous films, Winter's Bone and Down to the Bone, deal with poor, rural, white communities, and her latest Leave No Trace also touches on the same subject. While that feels like an obvious hot-button topic to feature, it wasn't the political tussling over those communities that drew her to them. It was how the Kardashian-ism of the cultural space meant those people's stories weren't being told. Advertisement. Continue reading below. It's the anthropology of the lives of everyday Americans that calls me, because it's not discussed as much as the lives of the rich and famous, she explains. For me, it felt like the cultural space got cluttered by the Kardashian-ism or whatever, on society's current obsession with reality TV. Granik says, it wasn't even that the interest was so much, it's more like the algorithm says that people will watch it, so therefore make more of it. It's interesting how we can no longer decide what is public hunger, what is yearning, and what is served. We can't make that distinction right now. It's really hard. Granik has happily embraced her subject matter, reveling in those stories that often go untold. I'm always saying, oh, gosh, I'm assigned the beat that looks at what happens when you have less. What happens when you want less? What happens when you decide that you actually can't participate anymore and you opt out? That's my beat. Winter's Bone. Yet even she feels that the work she does away from mainstream culture also brings with it some audience expectations. When those viewers are looking for her to deliver a certain kind of movie, it's important not to fall into that trap. I think that's how contemporary culture gets the stability. We call it branding now, right? And there are seminars for filmmakers, serious seminars, which are designed, supposedly, to help us. It's like, how to develop your brand. Advertisement. Continue reading below. For some of us older school people, it's important to be unbranded, to go rogue. And yet that's a very idealistic statement, because you have to somehow participate, leave no trace. Despite her intentions to stand outside of the usual cultural norms, the weight of public opinion is not lost on Granik. Her advice is not to become so affected by those expectations that they impact your work. I do think expectations are overwhelming, and that's what makes you jitter. That's what makes you shake in your edit. You have to have a mantra that allows you to be strong enough to not feel like you're disappointing people. And to not have your whole imagination system hinged on outside approval. There's a lot of work that needs to be done psychically and emotionally to try to stay quiet, try to stay humble. Because the idea of people's oversized expectations, they can crush you. Leave No Trace opens in UK and US cinemas on June 29th. Want up-to-the-minute entertainment news and features? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Facebook page and follow on our @Digital Spy Instagram and Twitter account.